Let me tell you why a 10K cash month is the worst goal that you can physically have in your business when you first start out. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jackie Clark. I am a startup business coach, and I'm going to tell you exactly why this goal of 10K months is so damaging and how you can set a goal that is actually going to get you the income that you want. So, it's super common for people to say that they want to hit 10K months, for people to tag onto this kind of like social media trend of 10K months. And it's such an obscure number. It's such an obscure number. And this is the big reason why so many people struggle, especially when they first start out, to actually start hitting consistent income months because they pick this obscure 10K goal. And there's a couple of reasons why this is a problem. Okay. So, firstly, 10K is a system. It is a system that you've built. It is a structure, a foundation. You don't hit 10K without having any foundation in place. You just don't. You have to have an offer to sell. You have to have a way to process your clients. You have to have a way to take payment. You have to have so many other things in place before that 10K every single month consistently becomes a reality. So when people first start out and they aim for this 10K goal, they end up just feeling like they're failing, feeling like they're not good enough, feeling like they can't figure this out, when actually they're earning from a business that they made up in their head, and that is an incredible thing. So your goal has to be meaningful. Like that is one of the biggest tricks when it comes to setting goals in your business. And when we think about a meaningful target, you've got to think about how do you get invested in the number that you're setting? How do you feel like that number is so obvious? Like it's, of course, you're going to make that amount of money. Of course, it's going to be easy to make that amount of money. And then once you're earning that level, you then push up to the next level. Now, I'm not saying that 10K is not a goal if that's what you want to reach in the future. What I'm saying is that it shouldn't be the first goal that you try and hit. Try and hit consistent 2K months. Try and hit consistent 5K months. Try and hit a consistent amount that would replace your salary. A specific amount that would retire your partner, like replace yours and your partner's salaries. That would give you a specific lifestyle upgrade. So, say for instance, if you've always dreamt of being in a specific house, and if you earn X amount and pay yourself X amount from your business, you could get the mortgage that you want. Like, do that. Or if you say to yourself, actually, if I just earned an extra £1,000 a month, so take your income plus the thousand, that's your goal. If I had that extra £1,000 a month, we could go on weekend getaways, or we could, upgrade the food that we eat, or we could upgrade, like I could get monthly massages, or I could go get my nails done, or I could go out with my friends more, whatever it is, whatever the thing is that you want to do and achieve and work towards. Have a meaningful goal, have an amount of money that is tangible, that means something to you, that you can literally think like, oh yeah, this is how I would spend that money. This is what that money would go towards. This is why I'm doing this work so that I can have this next particular thing. Because for a lot of people, when they have a 10K goal, or even just like a six-figure year, like just like these like big goals that don't really attach to anything, it can be really, really difficult to start to visualize and start to create a business that can actually create that income. So, whenever I'm talking to clients and we're starting out this process of figuring out their business, I always say to them there are two key numbers that you need to know. The first one is what you're going to sell your offer for. So, the price point that you're going to go out to the market with. And the second one is how many customers you need at that price point in order to hit your goal. So, for a lot of people, when they're first starting out, their offer is around the kind of £1,000 mark, like under 1,000, max up to 1,000. And that for a lot of people means that they would need to make 10 sales in a month. So you've never had a business before, you've never sold anything online, you've never created anything online, you're starting out and you're coming in at £1,000 price point wanting to make 10 sales to an audience of people who potentially don't even know that you exist yet. They haven't even chosen you as an option. They don't even know that you're an option. This is where so many people go wrong because they come in and then they are saying, okay, this is what I want to earn. This is how many people I need to sell to. And maybe your offer's 500 and then it's 20 people. Maybe your offer's 250 and then we're talking, you know, a lot of people that you need to get in front of because it's not just the 10 people or 20 people or, 50 people that are going to actually buy from you in the month. It's doubling, tripling, quadrupling that for the amount of people that need to see you and know that you exist and know that your offer exists in order to make you like the choice that they choose. So you've got to think about, okay, how do we go through this process? How do we say this is a meaningful amount of money for me? And realistically, for most people, if you were earning £2,500 a month that you were pulling out of your business into your bank account, that would be a substantial amount of money. If you were pulling £3,000 into your bank account, like realistically, do you need £10,000 every single month into your bank account right now at the starting point? Or could you be super happy and super excited and super like thrilled to build this business that pays you 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, that replaces your actual salary so that you can run your business full time, that retires your partner and has them, being able to be home more or pursue something different or work part-time hours so that they can support you in your business more. Like there are so many goals that are so incredible. One of my clients literally said to me, all I want is I want to earn £2,500 a month because that will replace my salary and give me a chunk overpayment into my mortgage every single month, which means that they would then pay off their mortgage completely in, I think it was like 18 months. And that is such an incredible goal. Oh my gosh, within 18 months, we will have paid off our mortgage. And then, even if you don't earn more, you have all of this money that you were paying into your mortgage between you and your partner, if you have one. And suddenly, all of that money becomes free money that you can use. So actually sit down and visualize like what would that goal look like for you? I want you to sit and just like be in that moment of saying, what would feel so incredible for me if I earned this amount of money in my first month, in the next month, in my first year of business? What would that amount be? And then ask yourself, how do you earn that money? So if it's 2,000, where do you find four clients who can pay you 500? What is the offer that you build to get those four clients? And then how do you go out and literally get so visible that 40 people know that you exist and 40 people can make that decision to work? Like, this is the thing. This is where people go so wrong because they pick this obscure number that means nothing, that they can't visualize, they can't get behind, they can't energetically say, absolutely, of course, I'm going to earn that amount. Now, don't get me wrong, as I said, once you're doing 2K, you can then push to 3K, you can push to 5K, you can push to 7K, you can push to 8K, you can push to 10K. God, you can push to 20, 30, 50K. I don't care. But you have to be able to energetically connect with the amount of money that you are wanting to build into your business. You have to be able to say, this is how I'm going to earn this money. This makes sense to me. And the more that it can make sense, the easier it becomes for you to be able to visualize. And then take that action to make it a reality. Because without being able to visualize the impact that money's going to have, it's so difficult to get behind actually showing up. Like, we know, if you're new to the channel, you might know, but everyone who's here, who has been part of this channel for a while, knows how important your nervous system is to succeeding in business. And when we pick obscure goals that feel outside of ourselves, that feel too big for us, that feel like they are hard, or things like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to do that. Like, that's a huge amount of money. Like, for most people who are starting a business and moving out of corporate, they were earning, like, let's say you were working full time in a role and you were earning £30,000 a year, £40,000 a year, £50,000 a year. You're basically taking your nervous system and saying, I was earning £50,000, let's say, in a year in my employed role, and now I want to earn that in 5 months, in less than half a year. And you're suddenly pushing yourself so far out of your comfort zone that it no longer feels safe. It no longer feels like that is possible. And you then go into your business on the back foot. Like, why do that to yourself? Why? Unless you're genuinely sitting here saying, I need £10,000 a month to live the life, like, to survive in the world, unless that is where you are, £10,000 should not be the goal that you are like trying to achieve. Start with replacing your salary, then build to that goal of overpaying the mortgage, of going on more holidays, of replacing your partner's income, like whatever it is. So many of my clients start by building their own income. So saying, I want to build replacement income for my own income. And then they'll say, I want to get a 6-month buffer in place to say that if I got no business for 6 months, I would still be able to pay myself that income every single month. And then they go on to the goals. Then they go on to the overpayments of the mortgages. Then they go on to replacing, paying into their pensions on really high scales. Then they go into replacing partners' incomes. Like, there are so many incredible things that you can do that can make the money that you earn have a purpose and work for you and do something good, and actually create that visualization of like, oh my gosh, won't it be incredible when I get to max out my pension? Won't it be incredible when I get to replace my partner's income? Won't it be incredible when I have 6 months worth of income for myself and my partner sitting in my bank account, like waiting to be paid out to us? Like, once you get to that point, it becomes so much easier to actually take that step forward and earn the money that you're looking to earn. When you have a motivation, when you have a reason, and it links up with your desires, like it links up with the way that you want to live your life, with how you want to show up in the world. One of my clients has a massive charity arm to her business, and she literally, for every client she gets in, she would give back to charity. So she would get in a client and then she would plant a tree. And this process was like so important to her. And that meant that if she earned more, she could do more good. And that was such a good, like, desire, such a true, heartfelt desire of why she wanted to show up in the world, why she wanted to earn money, why she wanted to, work with these clients. And it shifts everything inside you, because you're no longer just showing up for some arbitrary reason, some like random things. So I want you to sit down and I want you to write down your goals. Write down, what is the amount that you want to earn and why do you want to earn it? Like, what is that key amount that you're sitting there saying, this is the amount for me. This is my salary. This is the overpayment I want to make on the mortgage. This is the replacement of my partner's salary. And you add that all up and you say, this is the amount that I want to make in my business every single month. This is the amount that I want to pull out of my business every single month. And then you add on your business running costs, you add on your VAT or your taxes or anything like that. And that gives you a specific goal. And then you say, for that specific goal, if I divide it by the amount that I'm selling my offer for, What is the amount that I need to earn every month into my business? What is the number of clients that I need to bring in order to have that amount of money in my bank account every month? And that is where you create a goal and an income goal that is so powerful, that is going to make you move in the world. It's going to make you show up differently. And it's going to keep your nervous system in check. It's going to keep your nervous system like, oh, yeah, of course I'm going to earn the same as what I earned in corporate. Of course I'm going to earn an extra 500 to pay into the mortgage. Like, these are all normal things that people do. We're not suddenly going, oh, I was earning 1,500 and now I'm suddenly going to be earning 10 and I'm just going to throw my nervous system like an absolute loop and throw it out the window and make it really stressed. Remember, your nervous system is always trying to keep you safe. It is always trying to keep you in the same position that you're in now. And you have to slowly but surely build that comfort. You have to slowly but surely push those boundaries. But keep in mind that it is so important for you to know what these numbers are. It is so important for you to say, this is the goal. This is what money is going to be there for. This is how I am going to earn this money. This is how many clients I need. And have that really, really clear focus of how you're going to show up, how you're going to get to that goal. And I promise you, it's going to make everything so much easier. Okay, so if you're not already, please subscribe and like these videos. Subscribing to the channel massively helps, like I cannot even tell you. And we have got a 60% watch rate from people who are not subscribed to the channel. So I would absolutely be so grateful to you if you could subscribe. And if you do want to, you could like this video and leave a comment for us because it really helps get the videos out into the world so that more incredible entrepreneurs like yourself can hear all of this good information. So thank you for joining me. I will see you next week.